Hey everybody, Aaron here, and welcome back to another Anime Predictions AP. And today we're looking at Kokaku no Pandora, or Pandora and the Crimson Shell Ghost Urn. How that transfers to that huge English translation, I'll never know. But, you know, another YouTuber who's a friend of mine, Baka Jr., I put a link to her channel in the description box below, asked me to watch this series, and honestly, I didn't ask, I don't know why, but I didn't ask any questions. I went, okay, I'll check it out. She's told me it's starting up soon. She wants me to watch it. She's gonna watch it herself too. And I went, okay, I could do that. I could watch the first episode. And usually because I kid you guys, I kid you not, guys, I did not look up anything about the show. Like usually I go into an anime knowing a little bit about it. Like so I'll know about the premise, I'll know about the characters or the concepts. I went into this completely blind. I mean, I just started the first episode up, and I didn't even know what I was getting into. And when the anime started up, I at first went, "Oh, this is not what I'm usually into. I don't like this type of anime genre." But I watched the whole episode and found that this was really funny. I give it credit. So let's talk about what Pandora and the Crimson Shell, or I'm just gonna call it Pandora for the rest of this video. What it's all about. So we have our main character Nene, who is this young girl. She looks like she's a normal girl, like everyday, girl. Secretly, though, she's a full-body cyborg. Well, maybe not secretly when you actually finally look at her, because you start seeing that she has joints on her legs and knees and stuff. So she looks like a cyborg, and because she is, her body up to her head is a cybernetic construction essentially. And then you realize that this whole world actually has cyborgs in it. You have cyborgs, you have regular people, you have essentially a world full of future technologies and future constructs and stuff like that. So she's not really on average or unordinary. Now, I just struggled to say those words, by the way. That's weird. Now, she is going to an island called Senekal, I think it's called. I'm trying to pronounce it. Some of these words in this show are really hard for me to pronounce. Senekal, which is apparently a kind of island that's all future stuff. It's got future gadgets, future technology, more cyborgs, more stuff like that. To meet with her aunt and to live with her for a little while, so she can kind of get better and more well versed with the world. She wants to, quote unquote, save the world. She wants to have it world peace. So she feels like she needs to learn more about the world and what it's all about by going here for whatever reason. Now, on the way there, on the boat that she's traveling on, she meets two other weirdos, essentially. She meets Uzula Delilah and Clarion. Uzula is essentially a mad scientist. She is crazy, she looks crazy, but she's your typical anime scientist where, she's not unattractive, she's trying to be just crazy mad that she makes creations and looks at everything in a weird way. And then you have Clarion, who, like Nene, is actually a full-bodied cyborg creature too. Also, now one thing right about the show right away is I noticed it had a lot of funny animations. Like a lot of times, characters' faces will shrink and it look like manga almost, or they do like the kind of typical, when someone's disturbed, their eyes like bug out or their eyes go really squinty, like you almost like Brock from Pokemon. So it's got that typical anime trope. But what's really funny about this is the way they handle this is seemingly so far. I'm gonna guess is a full female cast. It's not gonna be really too many male characters representing anything here. But I'll tell you, it was really funny. I actually laughed a few times within the first like maybe 5 minutes. I was cracking up with various people falling off the boat. And when Nene first actually sees Clarion, she flips out and she thinks she's so cute, and she tries to grab her, misses completely. And then Uzula, who's Clarion's owner, tells her to stop moving so this way the other girl could actually hug her. And you can see that distraught look on Clarion because she now has to obey her master. It was funny. It was really funny. Then halfway through the show, it had action sequences, which was really weird to me. Like you learn that apparently Clarion is not your typical robot. She's actually able to activate something called the Pandora drive, I think it's called, where using certain powers, she can actually like all of a sudden become a machine capable of fighting. So she could use guns and she could do all this other stuff. But during one of the fights, she gets injured, and Nene, who was kind of trying to save them after some incident happened, I'm not going to spoil what happened exactly, comes to the rescue and ends up getting roped into this because she then learns that she can actually activate Pandora too, by sticking her hand in a very, very bad place. And I'm going to say this right now. Think of Chobits. If you guys remember Chobits, if anyone remembers Chobits, remember how Chi was turned on, the main character, which was Chi, how she was turned on. Remember that. I'm not going to say how it has. Just watch the show. It's fun. It looks really perverted, but it's actually pretty funny the way they handle it. And I give them credit for that. I think they did a very good job with that. But so essentially, what happens is a girl who has never used a gun in her life all of a sudden is able to wield a gun to like supreme mastery, and it's kind of funny because she's like, I don't know how to use this gun, but meanwhile she's reloading it and checking the bullets, and then she goes, wait, what'd I just do? It comes off as really hilarious. I think it's cool, and the animation really goes with it to make it so it's not super action packed or action exciting, but more so just kind of comical, because even then, the way they're doing everything is it's just funny. It really is. Now then, there's more stuff that happens later on. You learn a little bit more about Uzula. You learn a little bit more Clarion. You don't really learn too much about this about Nene in the first episode. I think you learn a little bit of what her personality is, but I think she might be one of those characters that will always be the same. I mean, she's always going to be upbeat and cheerful throughout the whole show, I think. And from what I know about this show, it's going to be 12 episodes from what it sounds like. No, actually, I forgot I wrote that down. It's going to be actually unknown how many episodes it might be. So you could be looking at a long series. It's interesting. My thoughts on the show are going to be this. It's going to be 12 episodes. I'm going to say that. Even though it doesn't have a set amount of episodes yet. I'm going to say 12 episodes. And I'm going to say this show is going to be pretty fun for those who like those, all-girl stories. Think of Aria the Scarlet Ammo AA, which is the sequel to Aria the Scarlet Ammo. If you've never heard of that, it's an animation that is about a girl who is in a military academy and she, uses guns. Everyone uses guns in that. The second season goes kind of different from that because the first one was romance and the second one is more comical and also uses all girls essentially as the main cast of characters. All of them are girls. So think of that almost essentially. I want to say it's very similar to that in animation and styling of everything like that. But, as someone who doesn't like this type of genre, I feel that when I say I liked it because I thought it was actually funny and kind of cutesy the way it was done, that should be saying something to you guys. Because honestly, again, this is not my forte. I don't like usually this kind of cutesy anime with all girls like that because it's just, I'm a guy, so it's a little hard for me to understand it, to get all the jokes and some concepts here and there. But I liked it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was good. I really think that this show might be kind of a one-trick pony. I'm gonna. By the way, in my anime predictions, you might hear me say that a lot because it's very true. A lot of shows, rely on one kind of concept, and I think this show will do it. Especially already since I saw some of the jokes in the beginning, and I think it's gonna keep using some of the jokes. Like there's one particular character who she keeps falling off things, and I mean it was kind of funny to watch, but maybe 5 episodes in, it might not be as funny if they keep using it constantly. So we don't know. I don't know personally. My predictions for the show, it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. The animation's nice. The story so far seems interesting enough that I would keep watching it beyond the first episode. And, the voice acting is your atypical Japanese dub. It sounds pretty good. I'm not an expert on them because, to be honest with you, as much anime as I watch both subtitled and dubbed, it's just something that I think you understand more about English voice acting. So if you only watch English dub and you understand something more about Japanese dub, but since I watch both of them, to me, Japanese dub is always very good and English dub is usually very good, except for like 1 or 2 shows. So I'm not saying it's anything flawless. I'm just saying that to me it's not that bad. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this really long anime prediction. I don't want to make these things too long from now on, but yeah, I'd say check it out, at least the first episode. The first episode only went out right now. I didn't read any of the manga for this because I didn't honestly want to spoil anything for the show because I actually like the way the show is formatted. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, what else am I going to say? I don't know what else I'm going to say. Have a good one, everyone. And there'll be an anime haul later today if you guys want to see that. Probably in a few hours. I'm going to let this one go out first and then I'm going to put that out. Anyways, later everyone. Have a good day. Bye.